was told something similar to that, and I've just updated it a bit to what I know already, to what I've learned. But none of the companies have the gaming servers on premises. They don't. Yeah, if they use water system, what's going to happen to the servers? They're going to get fucked. If they use a gas system, then their servers don't get fucked. They don't. It's quite a ingenious way of dealing with the fire. But I don't know if you've ever seen in a gaming server, there's tours on the internet. I remember seeing ones. There's no windows or anything. There's normally 2 doors in and out of a game, gaming server game. It's all climate control. It is. But yeah, I know Rockstar scatter them all over America. Apparently they've got some servers in Europe, but no one seems to really know if they have or they haven't. Some say they have, some say they haven't. But if you remember last night, loads of people complaining about GTA.
Yep.
I went on a forum this morning, and lots of them were complaining about GTA, having problems with it. But some guys came on to the forum and never had a problem on it all night. You know.
I think a lot of it has to do with our servers over here that have that were having problems.
All the servers for GTA are American.
Are they?
Yeah. But I only learned that recently.
Okay. Give me just a second. Give me just 1 second, dude. Alright, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just needed a shirt on, man. I'm fucking sitting here trying to stream and no shirt on, and I'm not comfortable. Wasn't comfortable.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I don't like sitting about without a shirt on. Not even when it's sunny.
I mean, it does bother me too much. Just,
No, I don't like it.
Maybe settings. Boom. There we go. Voila. Oh, excuse me. Like I could sit around the house with no shirt on, but when I have when I'm streaming or something like that, cause I don't know what it is, but I get too hot.
The other night you were streaming without a shirt, and then a bit later on you put a shirt on. The other night.
Yeah.
I was watching a stream I hadn't seen. I'd never seen it all. I think I went to bed partway through your stream. So I watched it a bit later on. And then you had a shirt on.
Yeah, I just get tired of I kind of get uncomfortable without a shirt sometimes at least when I'm streaming. Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I'm like too if I get too hot, then I get
Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the 15-year veteran Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers as they take on Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It is the NFL on EA Sports, and it will likely be the final season in which we say we've got football from Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Yeah, you start getting that farmer's tone.
Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Able to avoid him at the 40. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his 6th season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014. And a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplated maybe making a run at Kyler Murray. But in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Fourth pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carrier there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago. And now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play meaningful football in January this year. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time, often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers, a free play. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Let's go. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass. Yards on 1st down. Got a man. That's Allison. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Carlson now to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That'd be crazy.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They kind of script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Cleveland Farrell brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. They're never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Caught on the right side by Jones. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, 56 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken very short.
We got this.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. From his linebacker spot, Vontez Perfect with a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
No? Oh, poor Dan.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter. But they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Now Brown. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Hey, we're good. You ready?
On first down, Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the twist. You're mine.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one deep. That's caught inside the 20. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in just a minute. This one of 6 games on this Thursday night as we begin preseason week 3. Teams are going through their dress rehearsals. We'll have 2 games tomorrow, 7 on Saturday, and then we'll wrap it up on Sunday Night Football. Steelers and Titans in the AFC from Nashville. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Graham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turned it into a short gain.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Rodgers. And that is
almost picked it off. Come on, man. Come on,
You know, last week I remember asking you what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason. Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And to the left side here, Wilson. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Wilson gives Oakland a veteran option at tight end. Remember, they had Jared Cook last year. He's now in New Orleans. But Wilson, 5 years in Seattle, then 1 in Detroit before the native of Windsor, Canada, signed with Oakland back in March. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Second and 5 now. Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head.
Wasn't expecting that. Had saliva built up in my mouth at the same time as I go to hit my vape pen and I go to breathe in, I suck the saliva in with. Ugh. I might be going back out on the road again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you made a decision on which
Somewhat.
How many nights a week will you be away for?
Gone a week, home on the weekend. I'm at that stage where I don't care if it works for the wife or not. I'm doing it.
Well, she knows if she gets pissed off, I'll be here to chat with her.
I know. I just I want out of this apartment complex.
Yeah.
Because every time we ask for something to get fixed around here, they don't do it. They come and take a look at shit, and then they decide to stop. To say they'll be back to finish it and never do. Like our air conditioning units still don't work. The guy was supposed to come back after and fix it. Hasn't done it. Got the parts, but he's more worried about other things than us. The roof still needs to be fixed. Our fucking windows need to be work done on them because there's water leak coming in that comes in during the winter when it snows and rains.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not healthy for us to be living in something that can cause mold and all that stuff. So, you know, we're gonna move out of here, and I'm gonna put a very, 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 and I mean very bad review for this fucking place.
Yeah. Are you thinking of moving completely like you was before?
Oh no, we're staying here in town, but we're because the company I'll be working for is based out of here, so
Yeah.
it's I'm thinking about going to Decker.
Have you given up on the idea at the moment of going back to California?
For right now, yeah. I mean, it's too freaking expensive back there, man. Just for a 3-bedroom, it's like $2,000 a month.
Yeah. That's why you was thinking about an Earth or something.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking about saving up some money, and finding a piece of property or something out there cheap.
Yeah.
Save up the money, buy the property, stay out here, um, and occasionally go back out there to clean up the property, or getting one of the family members that has nothing better to do than sit around and do nothing. Tell that person if they got a camper, they could put the camper up on that property, but they need to keep the property maintained so that the housing authority or the city doesn't want to try to take it away, or the Game and Wild doesn't want to take it away, and that it stays up to forestry conditions so that it's not dried.
About looking for a property and building an earth bank?
A what?
Earth bank?
An earth? Nah.
Basically, it's sacks, bags, not plastic. SEO, not SEO. Well, yeah, a guy in England uses SEO type. But it's this like artificial plastic bag. Yeah. Sacks look like you'd get vegetables, potatoes in.
Oh, okay.
And they fill them with soil.
Okay.
Wet soil. Now one guy, he puts cement in with this, mixes it in with the soil. He does. And then they pack it into the bag, stack it on top of each other. They do. And they build and they build houses out. Not big houses. And they're normally only one story, unless you put a basement in. And you dig into the ground, and you do your bags in the ground and bring them up.
Okay.
Now, some good videos to watch on it of people just doing it who don't really know what they're doing. They're working it out, they go along. It's a YouTube channel called My Little Homestead. Yeah. Now, you go.
And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Kind of. I'd also be good with the yurt too, though.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now it's the backup Kaiser. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Harris to return. Powers through. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Now it's Martin. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. Look at this, a tight end carry. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yeah.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Tight left. Alert. Now.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carrier ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. And And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jamon Moore, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Throwing again. Kaiser. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man. Equanimous St. Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Let's go, baby.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says? What? Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open. Running it, Washington, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down. First down. Here's the run with Martin. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Martin. And an alley to run. Martin flexing the muscle. Oh, now he bowls him over. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. There goes Doug Martin. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just totals. That was a pretty impressive touchdown play. Those broken tackles, those weren't easy to get by. No, they really weren't. And they've had trouble tackling throughout this ball game. But on this particular play, how about that move? Or I should say moves with an S. Because I don't care if you were a great tackler. You had trouble getting him on the ground on that play. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
See where I would want to
four-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run.
But in the Sierra Mountain, so it gets it's dry during the summer, but it's really, really wet during the winter.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Kaiser. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Kaiser now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there, and now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Kaiser. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's J.K. Scott now.
Well,
he's been one of their few
like
bright spots so far.
30-foot.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
But
now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
But I don't have that many people coming around my house.
Here we go.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a first. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Wait.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Lets it go for Nelson. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So this one, a victory victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
No.
It's the thermodynamics of the Earth. Yeah, hot air rises. You partition rooms off. Yeah, in a lot of the Earths, they're not partitioned all the way up to the roof. The rooms are.
Nope.
Yeah, so the air circulates around the room. It does. And as it gets cold, this is during winter, the hot air, and as it gets cold, it sinks. And then the rest of the heat, that's just dropping down, yeah?
Use your practice squad to develop younger players that could eventually contribute in games.
Because the wind goes. So the idea with an Earth is not to
Easily see how many players you need to cut this week. Here are some recommendations to get you started.
A good thing to have more windows. It is. Because of the cost of heating it over winter could be greater than the cost of cooling it over summer with air conditioning, and the cost of heating it over winter with less windows could be less. You know, sometimes more isn't better, because when you get the thermal flow of air in a building when it's square, it traps it and drops it evenly. Now, apart from living rooms, in England, most bedrooms have one window. They do. And that's purely because of heat escape. That's purely because of heat escape. More than one window and the heat escape's good. But in around the air circulates in a circle. It does. So it drops slower. The heat drops down slower. It does. And hot air never gets to the floor. It does. But the thermodynamic loss, thermodynamic loss on a window in a yurt can be as much as 18% per window. Now, 18% don't sound a lot. But you drop your eating down by 18% and you see what the loss is. Yeah? You will feel that drop of a couple of degrees. You'll feel it. You will. Because the heat of the human body likes to be at a constant. So when you drop it a little bit or raise it a little bit, we feel it. We do. That's why on yurts they use carpets, not flooring.
Right.
You know, they use rugs and layers of rugs on the floor. They do. And that's a good idea. Some people have it carpeted.
But their yurt?
Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah. Some of them have them carpeted. And there's not enough layers. So the floor can get a bit chilly. Where with rugs, the way they do it with rugs are normally thicker than carpet. And they overlap them and put them down, overlapping them. And there's special patterns for putting rugs down.
See, now, if I did something with if I ended up getting the yurt, I would put my father-in-law in charge of helping me build it all.
Yeah.
Because Monica's dad is a contractor. And he ran his own contractor business for building homes, remodeling, and all that good stuff. Yeah. So I would have him help me on all that when it comes to what would be the best materials in the climate that we would be living in, and have him help me put it all together.
Yeah. You know, I have been watching stuff about yurts for quite a while.
But I'd also make it to where my yurt wouldn't be sitting directly on the ground. It would be up off the ground a little bit, to where I have space down underneath to be able to access, to be able to run piping and stuff like that. Right. I'd make it to where I was able to run all my piping up underneath and stuff like that, be able to get to. And knowing how cold it gets up there in the Sierra Mountains during the winter, I know what kind of piping I would need to be able to keep my stuff from getting hot.
You don't want to raise it too far off the ground.
No.
To be honest, you'd only want it raised enough so somebody can crawl underneath. And it'd still be a tiny bit to crawl underneath. Yeah? Because again, it's to do with the thermal cold air. It is underneath. Yeah?
Yeah, but if you're smart about it, you can.
I've been watching a bloke buying houses in America. Yeah. Now he's been buying them in Florida. He is. But the top end of Florida, as you look to the map, it's the top end of Florida to the left-hand side. And a lot of houses there are built up off the ground. When he buys an house and it's built up off the ground, he knocks it down. And rebuilds an house. When he buys an house and it's not too, and it's built off the ground but not too far off the ground, yeah, he restores it.
Right.
He does, because he knows how cold it gets at that place during winter, and about the cold air underneath.
Here, hold on a second, dude.
It's cheaper and easier to heat the place with it raised off the ground but lower down than it is where some of them are up higher.
Here, give me just 1 second. I'm about to shut off my broadcast. All right. Well, I'm going to finish it off like this for right now. I'll check you guys all later, and maybe stream in a few hours of a different game. Have a good day.